Hi there, Chris, Chapping the Cap, Motor Legends. Today we're going to be talking about a new for 2022 jacket from the French brand Bering. It's a jacket that's called the Slike jacket. The Slike jacket from Bering is new for 2022, and it's a bit of a dark horse because I'm not sure there's anything quite like it on the market. More correctly, what I should say is, I'm not sure that we have anything quite like it. Maybe there are other brands, other jackets out there that are similar. In terms of styling, it's very much a casual riding jacket, but it's not the kind of jacket that any self-respecting hipster would go anywhere near because it's simply not that cool. It's an all-black jacket. On one level, it looks like nothing more than the top half of a traditional commuting suit, but actually it's not, because there is no matching bottom half from Bering. They've not even put a zip in the jacket, so even if you wanted to zip it into a pant, that's not what this jacket's been designed for. It has been designed, in our view, very much for the urban commuter, the kind of person who's not undertaking an hour plus commute every day, but the kind of person who's doing a commute of, say, up to 30 minutes. It's a style that's very popular in the big European cities, so the guys who are commuting into work in places like Paris, Milan or Rome, they're riding into work on a smaller capacity motorcycle perhaps, or on a scooter, park up on the pavement, then walk into work from there. And for that kind of commute, this is the perfect jacket. It's incredibly lightweight, it's incredibly comfortable. It's made of a material that Bering call Taslan. It's a material that's also pretty abrasion resistant. But the idea is that you wear this over your work clothes, you wear it over, let's say you've got a blazer or a buttoned jacket on. When you arrive at the office, you walk into the office, you take the Slike off, and what you're wearing underneath is not creased at all because this is such a light and easy jacket. In other words, you wear it pretty much like a regular overcoat. Another reason that this jacket is going to excel in that particular role is that it's laminated. Lamination is the slightly superior form of waterproofing that means that the jacket's never going to wet out. It's never going to get soaking wet. And that's important if you're a commuter, because if you had that commute for 30 minutes and it rained all the time, when you took the jacket off, it would be quite wet. And there's a possibility, a danger, that when you come to put the jacket on in the evening, you would still have a wet jacket. But because this is a laminated jacket, because it will never wet out, because it will never take on rain in that way, it means that when you come to go home in the evening, you're always going to be putting on a dry jacket, and let's face it, that's what we all want. Of course, the Slike is going to work equally well for other riders. Okay, it's not the most colourful and fashionable of jackets, but if you're looking for something that's a bit understated, something that comes in under the radar, then the Slike would make a fantastic casual jacket, fantastic weekend jacket. Let's face it, everybody likes comfortable, and as we've said, this is an extremely waterproof jacket. However you use this jacket, however, I'm imagining that you're probably going to match it with a pair of jeans or chinos. So let's talk about the details of the jacket, what it's going to be like to perhaps live with. Most of the features are what you'd expect to find on a technical jacket, although clearly this is no Rucker, it's no Klim, it's no Stadler. The membrane, the laminated membrane, is not Gore-Tex, but it is a two-layer laminated membrane. And that seems to be the direction of travel for motorcycle clothing manufacturers today, because it's more comfortable, and there seems to be an increasing acknowledgement that comfort has a great bearing on safety. For warmth in colder weather, you've got a removable thermal liner. But in truth, I've got to say, I don't think it's up to much. And in my view, you'd probably ditch it and go for some better merino base and mid layers, or maybe even a good quality down jacket. In warm weather, you've got these vents in the shoulders. So you've got these flaps and then vents with water-resistant zips. That's important because when you've got a laminated jacket, when you have a zip, it goes right through to the body. So unlike a drop liner membrane, when you have a zip, you've still got the membrane inside. When you have a laminated jacket, when you have a zip hole, it goes right through to the body. So it's important to stop water coming into the jacket, that you have a good quality jacket, that you have a good quality zip and a storm flap. So I think here we can be sure that water's not going to get in through the vents. We've got the same thing here, the main zip down the front. That's again a water-resistant zip. It's not a totally waterproof zip, and in some ways we don't think that the truly waterproof zip really exists, but we've got a good quality water resistant zip, and underneath that there'll be a storm flap with a rain channel, so if any rain were ever to get through here, it would then run down and run out the bottom of the jacket. The bottom line with this is a very waterproof jacket. As far as protection is concerned, the Slike is rated at the A level under EN 17092. Now you may know there are 3 different levels under that standard. There's the AAA, the AA and the single A level. The A level is the lowest level, but that's exactly what we'd expect on a jacket like this. It's a jacket aimed at the urban commuter where presumably you're going to be travelling at slightly slower speeds. So the A level is what we would expect. It's bang on for this jacket. The armour that comes as standard in the shoulders and the elbows, that's level 1 armour. It's not D3O armour, but this armour feels equally soft, equally pliable, and in fact it's somewhat better vented. Now Bering has a very clever system for those who want to upgrade from level 1 to level 2 armour. Basically, you buy a clip-on that just goes on top of the existing protector, be that in the elbow or the shoulder, and that's a way of very inexpensively upgrading from level 1, as I say, up to level 2. For the back, we would always recommend a D3O level 2 protector. It's just a fabulous protector. We know it well. It's really soft, very pliable. As it takes the heat from your body, it just gets softer and softer. And it just so happens, coincidentally, that it fits perfectly into a Bering jacket, even though Bering don't technically work with D3O. We've got 3 external pockets, 3 external zip pockets on the jacket. We've got one here, and one here on the shoulder. We've got 2 inside pockets, one inside the jacket itself, so if you're not wearing the thermal liner, that's the inside pocket you would use, but there's another one in the thermal liner itself, so in colder conditions you'd be using the inner pocket that comes as part of the thermal liner. Jacket comes with a hood as standard. Now that's a bit of a continental thing, not quite so popular in the UK, but if you don't want to ride in the hood, it's very simple. You just unzip it, throw it away, do what you want with it. At the ends of the sleeves we've got zips and Velcro straps. In fact, sorry, they're not Velcro straps, they're button straps. And that's exactly what we would want on a jacket like this. But all too often on a jacket at this price, because it's not an expensive jacket, little details like that get left off. But as this is a waterproof jacket, a very waterproof jacket, what one wants to do is to put the cuff of the glove inside the sleeve. So for that end, or to that end, we want to have a zip that enables us to open the cuff up, or the sleeve up. We put the cuff of the glove inside, then we pull the zip down, and then we use these poppers to tighten it up to cinch the glove into place so that water can't come up the sleeve. So, in conclusion, what kind of jacket is the Slike? We've kind of touched upon it. It's not going to win awards on the catwalk. It's not a particularly stylish jacket, but it's nevertheless a very comfortable jacket and a very competent jacket. Without doubt, it's understated. So if you're a bit of a show-off, perhaps this is not the jacket for you. I think that because there's no pant with this jacket, you can't wear it as a commuter suit. So if you're a high mileage commuter, I don't think this is going to be an appropriate jacket for you. It's also not right for various reasons for the dedicated international traveller, the globe buster, the adventure rider. We think, as we have suggested already, that this is the perfect jacket for someone who's got a commute of, say, up to about 30 minutes. Because for that commute, you are always going to stay bone dry here. It's a fantastic jacket in that respect. You're never going to arrive at work feeling wet. Of course, you won't necessarily have a waterproof pant on the lower half, but what we would be suggesting is that if you're undertaking that kind of commute, you probably go in jeans or chinos or some other kind of protective pant. It doesn't rain every day, so you just have a set of waterproofs, and if you think it's going to rain, either on your way into work or on the way home, you put your waterproof pants on. We think this also makes for a very superior, technically very superior weekend jacket. And that's because, as we've discussed, it's very light, it's very comfortable, and it's extremely waterproof. Just has to be said, it's a bit boring. Nonetheless, you get a lot of jacket. At £299, you get a lot of jacket for the money. If you'd like to see more Bering gear or more commuter jackets, then visit the website motorlegends.com. If you'd like to learn more about the Slike jacket itself, then if you click on one of the links on the screen, sometimes they're up there, sometimes they're down there, that will take you directly to the dedicated page on the website. Once you're there, obviously you can check the spec out in a little bit more detail, you can check availability, and obviously if you want to buy the jacket, you can do that there and then. Now, when you buy from us, we try to make this process as simple, straightforward and risk-free as we possibly can. There's no delivery charge on any item of protective wear that you buy from us. Returns are totally free, and what's more, we give you a full 12 months in which to decide whether you do want to return something to us. We have the best price promise in the business. Now, John Lewis was rightly famed for its never knownly undersold price promise, but actually we go one stage better. If you can find anyone selling anything that we sell at a price that is lower than ours, we will beat that competitor's price by a full 10%. Now there are a few terms and conditions associated with what we call our price beat, nothing particularly onerous, but if you are going to price beat us, I suggest you go over to the website and check out what those terms and conditions are. If in the future you'd like to receive bulletins from us about new product launches, then go to the website. At the top of every page there's a piece of script that says newsletter sign up. Click on there. Within seconds you'll be in business. In future you'll receive our email bulletins. If however you prefer to get your information videographically, that is to say in this form, we would be delighted if you want to become a subscriber to our YouTube channel, and you can do that by clicking on the button below. Finally, I'd like to make a play for our little shop here at Motor Legends. We are based about a mile from the centre of Guildford, a mile from the railway station, and as I've suggested, it's quite a small footprint. The shop is actually quite small, but it's attached to our warehouse where we have more than £2 million worth of stock arranged over 3 floors. And technically that makes this the second largest motorcycle apparel shop in the UK. But we think that we are far more than just the amount of merchandise we have here in the building. We're all about service, we're all about personal fitting. If you want to check us out, visit Trustpilot. We have the best or the highest 5-star ranking in the business. When you come and see us, we'll serve you only the finest Italian illy coffee, or we'll serve you proper Yorkshire tea in a proper teapot. And who knows, if you're lucky, you might even get to sample one of our delicious motorcycle-shaped shortbread biscuits. Anyway, this has been Chris. I hope to talk to you again soon.